Just kidding, this will not be a scary presentation at all. My name is Joy and I'll be presenting Petromycin marinus. Starting off with the taxonomic hierarchy. We have Kingdom Animalia. Kingdom Animalia is one of the 4 kingdoms in the domain Eukarya. It is distinct from the other 3 kingdoms, Plantae, Fungi, and Protists, in several ways. Animalia are multicellular, most Protists are unicellular. Heterotrophism separates the animals and fungi from plants, and the lack of a cell wall in animals makes them distinct from fungi. Animals also process several other unique features. This includes interior digestion of food, possession of a digestive tract where hydrolytic enzymes are secreted and digestion takes place. Phylum Chordata. The Chordata is the animal phylum with which everyone is most intimately familiar, since it includes humans and other vertebrates. However, not all chordatas are vertebrates. All chordatas have the following features at some point in their life. In the case of humans and many other vertebrates, these features may only be present in the embryo. These features include pharyngeal slits, which is a series of openings that connect the inside of the throat to the outside of the neck. Dorsal nerve cord, a bundle nerve fiber which runs down the back. It connects the brain with the lateral muscles and other organs. Notochord, which is a cartilaginous rod running underneath and supporting the nerve cord. And post-anal tail, which is an extension of the body past the anal opening. Our superclass includes Agnatha, which is a superclass of jawless fish in the phylum Chordata. Our class is Petromycentida, which is a disputed group of vertebrates that includes the modern lampreys and their fossil relatives. Order Petromycentiformes, which are an order of jawless fish, the adult of which is characterized by a toothed funnel-like sucking mouth. Family is Petromycentida, which have the highest number of chromosomes among vertebrates. Our species is the Petromycin marinus, also known as sea lamprey. Back to my regular voice.
You might be wondering, what is a sea lamprey? Well, a sea lamprey are members of an ancient family of jawless fishes that have been around since prehistoric times. These adult eel-like fishes grow to 12 to 20 inches long and have dark brown to black backs and light yellow to pale brown bellies and have large reddish eyes.
Sea lampreys are parasites as adults and use their sucker mouth with its concentric rows of teeth to strike and hold fast to a fish. The victims typically die from excessive blood loss or infection. Little is known about the mating systems of a sea lamprey. It is thought that male sea lampreys emit a pheromone composed of bile acids that alert ovulating females to their presence. This signal may also be related to mating preference and may be sent over large distances. Male sea lampreys selectively dig holes into rivers or streams' bottoms and fertilize eggs once the female has laid them. This external fertilization allows multiple males to fertilize eggs.
There are 4 stages in the life cycle of a sea lamprey, which usually spans 18 months but can last as long as 5 years. The first of this stage is the spawning phase, which occurs during spring and the early summers. From April to June, sea lampreys search freshwater rivers and streams, seeking an ideal location in which to construct a nest and lay their eggs. Once the area is selected, a male lamprey constructs the nest. A female then lays 30,000 to 100,000 eggs, which the male externally fertilizes.
Both male and female adult sea lampreys float away and die soon after spawning.
During the second phase, fertilized eggs settle into the sand or gravel and begin to grow.
In the third phase, known as transformation, larvae metamorphose into adult sea lampreys. During this phase, sea lampreys develop a mouth, teeth, and eyes. They also migrate to larger bodies of water, such as ocean or freshwater systems like the Great Lakes. Sea lampreys remain in this habitat for 12 to 18 months as a mature adult and begin to feed, attaching themselves to fish. This is known as a parasitic phase, during which sexual reproduction organs develop.
Sea lampreys die soon after spawning. They can survive up to 5 years in the wild, waiting for the opportune time to reproduce. Most lampreys, however, live 1.5 to 5 years in the wild. Sea lampreys are very motile and live their adult life as parasitic organisms. Specific behavioral patterns of this species, however, are not well studied. Although individuals are not known to interact as larvae, adults are predominantly found in groups or colonies while attached to a host. During spawning, their lampreys interact using pheromones. Due to morphological and physiological changes necessary to reach the spawning phase, including disintegration of the digestive system, sea lampreys cease feeding when spawning. This species is the largest and most aggressive species of lamprey. Do they ever go after humans? Well, according to research, they repel our high body temperatures, and they're nothing anyone should worry about. They don't frequent swimming areas since they tend to be out in the deep, cold water where they prefer prey frequent. They don't feed when they're spawning. Sea lampreys are considered a delicacy in many foreign countries like Asia and India and are harvested for food. Because of their over-aggressive behavior and generalist diet, sea lamprey parasitize many species of fish, contributing to the severe decline of commercial fishing industries, including those on the Atlantic coast of North America and in the Great Lake regions. Each sea lamprey kills more than 18.2 kilograms of fish each year. This species has parasitized many species of native fish in the Great Lakes region since the early 1800s, leading to the collapse of the Great Lakes commercial fishing industry and costing it millions of dollars. Population decline of native fish in the region have also negatively impacted sport fishing and tourism. Sea lampreys are not protected. Indeed, as invasive species, efforts are in place to eradicate them from the Great Lake regions. Both federal and state governments have created programs to manage population of and educate the community about this invasive, harmful species. Barriers and traps are set in waterways to capture adult lampreys before they reproduce. Lampreycides are also added to prime habitat of sea lampreys. These treatments specifically target lampreys and are designed not to harm other species. Each program has been tested for several years and has proven an effective control of the sea lamprey.
That concludes my presentation. Thank you for watching.